Hey, what's up to everybody out there? Welcome to another edition of the Roundtable Talk. I am your host, C Money, and this is day two of my birthday celebration here in Orlando/Kissimmee, Florida. And it is my birthday. Happy birthday to me. Today I just want to talk about what I'm going to do the upcoming. I want to give you my Orlando overall. I want to tell you about, you know, what I'm doing tomorrow, which is I will be going to three locations. Three their favorite locations. I will be visiting Fun Spot Kissimmee, Old Town, which is a shopping area next to Fun Spot Kissimmee, and also Fun Spot Orlando. As you can see right now, I'm sitting on the balcony of my resort room, and I want to give you my overall pick on the theme parks of Orlando. Um, I already told you. If I haven't told you, I already told you. Fun Spot is my almost one of the favorite theme parks I like to visit in Orlando, and there's several reasons why I choose Fun Spot. Um, Number one is because it's free admission to get in. So, for instance, like my mom, who doesn't get on rides, and she's an older person. So, if I was to take my mom and say, "Well, let's go here or let's go there," I can. She can walk around the park without having to pay, and it's free entrance. Number one. So that's a convenience for me. That's a convenience for a lot of people who have people who doesn't like to get on rides. As far as when you're going to Disney World and Universal Studios and these Sea Worlds and stuff, when you pay to get in, basically all the rides come with your admission. But what if you don't want to ride and you just want to walk around? You still have to pay that same price to get in, which is a bummer. And but I get it, but it's a bummer. That's number one. Number two, the price. Um, Going to Fun Spot from park to park is when I last went to Fun Spot, and well, not the last time I went to Fun Spot, but the time before that when I did park to park, it was only about $70 from park to park. It's about 50, maybe $60, depending on the package that you get for a day pass, and then it's an additional $10 if you go from one park to the next, which I will be doing when I do go to Fun Spot. I will be doing park to park. Another thing is basically, and that's what it is, because your own, because like when you go to like when I visited Universal Studios back in 2020, it the prices was ridiculous, and it wasn't as bad. But then when I did the express pass, when I tried to get an express pass, when I tried to do it inside the park, because like I said, Islands, the Universal Orlando wasn't as bad. The lines was as long, we was in the COVID stages, and then when I went to Islands of Adventure, it was like the lines was like too long. Me and my friend had to say, we can't do all these rides because the lines are too long. It's ridiculous. So basically, that's basically number three and four, or well, two and three, I should say. It's the price because it's too much. The prices are a lot more cheaper there. And then number three is the line waiting. For Universal Studios, you have to download the app to get the wait times, and sometimes the wait times be an hour, almost an hour plus to get on to get into a ride. And it's like it's nothing. And I'm a roller coaster fan. If you don't know about that, I love roller coasters and stuff. I love theme parks and all that. So that's my overall. Like that is basically like when you go to Universal Studios and when you go to Disney World, and especially Disney World, because Disney World, yeah, I believe it gets more packer than Universal because it's more of a kid-friendly, family thing. You have more kiddie rides than you at um, Disney World than Universal. If you have to wait an hour for a ride, and let's say there's 10 rides, the park opens up at 8 o'clock in the morning. and then the park closes at 6. There's 10 rides, and each ride is an hour wait. So basically, what they're saying is you're not gonna be able to get every ride. When a friend of mine was telling me about Halloween Horror Nights, when they do like 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 haunted houses, the houses that they have for Halloween Horror Nights, it's like you have to get there early to be let in because people bum rush to the houses. And the houses you have to wait in line. And by you waiting, because for Halloween Horror Nights, they have to close the park down like around maybe 4 or 5 o'clock. They close the park, and then they have to clear the park out and wait till everybody leaves the park to open up Halloween Horror Nights. And then when they do that, people won't much to it. And then they say there's like an hour or two wait to get into the houses. And each house is maybe 20 minutes or 20 to 30 minutes through the house. But then again, look how long you have to wait to get into the house. And that might be the same with the Express Pass. And with that, and I was told you're not going to be able to do all the houses. You just got to go to your favorite ones and the ones that you can get to there. Just like when Universal Studios, when the park opens up, a lot of people rushes to the rides that are in the front, which is Rip Ride Rocket, Despicable Me. A lot of them people rush to to the front to do that. You know, and they don't, and that's why a lot of the rides in the back it's not a long wait time, because as soon as you're coming in, you're going to the rides in the front. With Fun Spot, I visited several times. There really isn't a line. There is a line for the coasters, but it is not as bad like you have to wait 30 minutes or an hour to get on the ride. You're waiting maximum 10, no more than 15 minutes to get on the ride, because it's like it's more of a it's like a theme. It's not a theme park. It's more of an amusement park. There are and they have some of my favorite rides. There are, I would say, maybe 5 roller coasters that I love, and two of them is at Fun Spot. You have one of my favorites is my main favorite is the Windstorm. The Windstorm you would not find at any Fun Spot, but I have rode it. They had it at the Centers Enchanted Forest, back in South Florida. That's one of my favorites. Mine, Mind Blower, MINE Blower. That is a Kissimmee Fun Spot ride, and I love that ride. I love it. I love it. I love it. When I first rode it, it just gave it to me. It just gave me the thrill of my life. Another one is White Lightning, which is also at Fun Spot, but this one's at the Orlando location. I love it. I love it. I love it. Freedom Flyer, which is another Fun Spot. It's more. It's something like a roller coaster, but it's more. Yes, it's basically um, like a flying coaster, like you're flying in the air. That's also at Fun Spot Orlando. And my other one, well, the one they used to have is the Double Loop. That used to be at the Miami-Dade County Fair Youth Fair and Expedition, but there's no longer there. But there are several rides. There are several rides at the Fun Spot that I like. I like Freedom Flyer. I like White Lightning. I like Mind Blower. Hot Seat is one of them. Then you're gonna get to see all of them when I do my um, Fun Spot um, videos. Um, Enterprise is another one that's at Fun Spot Orlando. Hot Seat is at both Fun Spot Orlando and Kissimmee, and Enterprise is only at Fun Spot Orlando. And the thing about Fun Spot Orlando is it's a little bit bigger than the Fun Spot Kissimmee, and Fun Spot Orlando may get a little bit more people than the Fun Spot Kissimmee, but Fun Spot Kissimmee do get it. Where I'm at now, my resort, Star Island Resort, is literally 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes away from the Fun Spot Kissimmee area. Yesterday when I came here before I did when I did the well, after I did the episode yesterday, I took a walk and I walked to Dollar Tree to get a couple of items, some snacks and stuff from Dollar Tree, and I could literally see from the Dollar Tree area that Fun Spot is right there because you could see one of the attractions and stuff. And I said I can walk the Fun Spot, and I'm debating on I was gonna do Fun Spot Kissimmee first, then do Old Town, then do Orlando, but I might switch it up and do Orlando first, then go to Fun Spot Kissimmee because Fun Spot Kissimmee is closest um to my room. So I say I'm gonna have to see what is what. Um, and Fun Spot is one of the attractions that you can find in Orlando. I see a lot of people like most people they flock to Orlando for the three major attractions, which is Disney World, Universal Studios, or SeaWorld. Not knowing you have Icon Park, which is a favorite park that has the Orlando Eye and the swings and all of that. You have, of course, Fun Spot, which is two great locations. You have Ripley's Believe It or Not. I think you have the Upside Down um, house or something like that. There's a lot of International Drive. If you go on International Drive and circle around International Drive, you find a lot of attractions there that are easier. And I recommend most of these attractions because number one, they is not a lot of money. You don't pay a lot to go to these attractions. You don't pay a lot of money. You're not paying $200 to go. You know, Number two, the lines may not be as long as they would at the three major parks. Even though SeaWorld doesn't really have a long line because SeaWorld is a thing. But but there's long lines. You're gonna be waiting at least 30 plus minutes, for certain rides. Um, the Fun Spot Orlando sits near Universal Studios. So you're probably like minutes away from Universal, maybe 5 to 10 minutes away from Universal Studios. I can't really calculate it, but I can tell by the area that I've been in, like it's you know in the vicinity of Universal Studios. Now, Fun Spot Kissimmee is in the Kissimmee area, and you know, and that's been a debate for a long time because I've always considered Disney World in Orlando. But if you really look at it, Disney is not really in Orlando because Disney has its own island and stuff, and then you had to go on the outskirts of Orlando to get it. And then they were saying Disney's in Kissimmee, St. Cloud, and then I found out that Kissimmee is its own area and St. Cloud is its own area, and then they say Disney's in Lake Buena Vista, and stuff like that. So it's like everybody referring to Disney like Disney is not really in Orlando. I mean, it's in the outskirts of Orlando because people flock to Orlando because Orlando has all the theme parks of it. But if you really look at it, it's not in the exact Orlando area. It's not like Universal. Universal is actually in Orlando, just like Fun Spot Kissimmee. Fun Spot Kissimmee is not really Orlando because Orlando is in Orange County. Kissimmee is in Osceola County. Or I don't know if I'm saying it right, Osceola or whatever. It's. I'm looking back because my neighbors on one of the floors was sitting outside, so I was just looking to see if they was there. They was probably you could probably have seen them on behind me if you was looking. They was sitting on that balcony. But yeah, Osceola County. This is Osceola County. If I'm saying it right, if I'm not saying it right, correct me. And this is Kissimmee, and Kissimmee really doesn't have much theme parks. They have Fun Spot and stuff like that. And Disney World is in Lake Buena Vista, so it's like this has to be the outskirts of Orlando because Orange County is not here. When you think of Orlando, you think of Disney World, Universal Studios stuff. But then when you break it down, because everybody think Disney World Orlando, Universal Studios Orlando, SeaWorld Orlando. But when you break it down, Disney World is technically not in Orlando; it's in the outskirts of Orlando. Universal Studios and SeaWorld is in Orlando. You can see Universal Studios and from I-4, which is the interstate that runs through Orlando up into Tampa, and you can see. Well, you really can't see SeaWorld. There's um a lot of things. I must say there is one you can also see, but rest in peace because I don't believe it's open anymore, which is the Holy Land Experience. The Holy Land Experience actually sits on I-4. Like if you pass I-4 going towards Universal Studios and everything, you run into the Holy Land Experience. But from what I discovered, it is has closed down from what I was told. But if you go online, it tells you, and on Google search, which Google is supposed to be one of them engines that you look up businesses. It says that it's it's still open, but it just opens up, on a certain day. But when I rode by there on Lyft earlier today, in my car ride, I looked at the sign that sits out by the I-4, and they had the Holy Land Experience. They had the sign covered, and I'm like, so is it really open or is it really closed? But I'm going to do my research on that because, like, my mom has been to the Holy Land Experience with some people from her church, and like, but I've never been, and I wanted to always go because that's like another, it's like a biblical theme park that I would call it. And you would have thought that, yeah, they don't have rides or anything. They probably have shows and stuff like that. But it's like something interesting because you have something that pertains to the Bible. So I'm like, okay, wow, but you don't see SeaWorld from I-4. The only thing you see is you see Fun Spot because I'm Orlando. You see the Holy Land Experience. You see Universal Volcano Bay. You can see Icon Park because the Orlando Eye and the Swing. You can see that, and several other places, that I don't know, like little attraction stuff. You can see through I-4. You can't see Disney World through I-4 because you have to go off of I-4 and go further out to get to Disney World. It's like a 3, 4, maybe 5 miles away from I-4 because I've seen it on one of the billboards. Like the different Disney World parks like Animal Kingdom, Disney MGM Studios, Epcot, and all that. They have like 3 or 4 or 5 miles away from I-4, so you got to get off and go further out to get to these, um, to Disney World. Where Universal, you get off of I-4, you make that turn, and basically you're at the parking lot. So of Universal Studios. So basically, that's it. But like I said, myself personally, I choose Fun Spot because I'm mainly into roller coasters and fun activities and stuff like that. I like game rooms, of course, and you'll see some of them tomorrow because I can't. My mind is, I'm so thrilled. Old Town has an arcade. Fun Spot has an arcade too, but I've never did the Fun Spot arcade, so I just left it to Old Town. They have an arcade here at Star Island too. If you look up my video in 2021, I think I did a episode of the arcade, but I believe the arcade is closed because some of the amenities are not, like, I think they still have the paddle boats. When you go boating, the paddle boats, I think they're still closed. Miniature golf, which I'll probably be doing later on, um, a little bit later on, I'm going to be probably doing a little bit of the mini golf and a lot of the other amenities. Like I'm gonna go jump in the pool and maybe do, but I may do that tomorrow before I go to Fun Spot. Like go jump in the pool and do mini golf. I don't know yet because I'm still debating on what the rest of my plans is for the rest of the day. Because I did have plans to go somewhere later on tonight, but the place closed early because so I couldn't. I say no, I wanted to hang out, but they closed early, so I said I can't do it. And Sunday was basically, today was supposed to be my Fun Spot day, but I said no because I ended up getting a spa from the celebrity spa here at the resort, and I had it for in the morning, and then I said afterwards, I was planning something like for my birthday, like maybe do a little get together here, you know, or like have a little my self time celebration. Like I have a jacuzzi in my room and stuff like that. So I was thinking, maybe do a little celebration of my own, like go get me, stuff like that. Just something for my self time. And I say Monday I have more time to do it because Monday, I want to devote my time to um, Fun Spot, because I leave out of here Tuesday morning, so I don't want to have to do. I want to spend majority of my day at Fun Spot, because I'm gonna do. Because when you go to these theme parks and go to these amusement parks and stuff with people and go to these spaces, and then you're with somebody, like if they're driving or you're driving or something like that, you always have that one person that say, "Oh, I'm ready to go. I don't want to be here. Let's stay here." Just like when you have these people that say, "I'm ready to go. I don't want to stay." But when you're by yourself, even though I don't like to go to these places by myself, because I like to have a riding partner when I get on rides and stuff like that. But you can set your own time limit to where you could be out here for 2 hours, you could be out here for 5 hours, you could be out here for 10 hours, however you want to do it. You can set your time. You can ride the roller coaster 3, 4 times. You can ride the roller coaster one time. You can ride the roller coaster 10 times. You know, so you do it like that. Um, I'm eating a bowl of cereal, as you can see. I'm just monitoring it because I don't want nothing getting into it. But yes, yeah, basically that's what it is. I personally think that it would be better to take out the other attractions other than Universal, Disney World, and SeaWorld to get more of an understanding. Like here at the resort, they have mini golf, they have a driving range, they have a pool, they have a celebrity spa, they have jacuzzis, a steam room, a sauna. They have so many activities here. It's literally like you don't have to come out of the resort to enjoy yourself. You can literally just have fun here. And that's what a lot of the resorts in Orlando, because like in Miami we don't too much have resorts. We have hotels, but we don't really have resorts, because resorts are more different than hotels, and I'm gonna tell you why they're more different than hotels. Resorts are different because they carry, first of all, they carry extra amenities, especially in your room. Like this room, I have a kitchen, I have a washer and dryer, a dishwasher, a refrigerator. I have like extra stuff in here. What a regular hotel, all you're gonna get is a microwave and a mini fridge and a bathroom. You know, here you got jacuzzis, you got TVs, you got all that. At a regular hotel you don't get extra amenities. And then at a hotel, most hotels, they don't have game rooms. The most you get is a laundry room and a fitness center at hotels. They don't have game rooms. They don't have bars at most hotels. They don't. Some may have a convenience store, but that's like rare. Like when I came here in 2018, I stayed at Days Inn right off of I-4 because I seen it. And sorry to say that IHOP that sits next to the Days Inn, they tore it down, because on my way to my destination last night, I was looking at the Days Inn. I said, "That's the Days Inn," and I said, "Hey," and I was looking at that, and I said, "Oh, the IHOP is not there," and I was like, "Oh my God," because even though the Days Inn give out free, continental breakfast or whatever, but you was like, "Oh yeah, if you want real food, you could go. Like if you want to eat, you ain't gotta go far. You could just go right next door to IHOP where they can serve you dinner as well, instead of going further out." And they tore it down. I'm like, oh. And when I went there, they had a game room, but it was only like 2 or 3 games. And the game room was in a room with the vending machines. So you had like vending machines on one side, the game room was on the other side. So it was, and then most of the games wasn't working. So it's like, wow, why even bother? So a lot of these places don't have amenities. Especially in Orlando. Like if you're going towards Disney, and that's another thing that I say about these hotels. If you just want something practical and you don't want to spend a lot of money, yeah, I would choose like Days Inn or Holiday Inn. A lot of these places that only are practical hotels. Don't go to a resort, because you're gonna pay for almost everything. For maid service here, you got to pay for maid service here, which I don't think you need, because if you have a washer and dryer and they give you enough towels, if depending on how many people in your party, and if you have enough towels, you can wash your own towels. Like, you can wash your own towels. I mean, I wouldn't say I would recommend it, but you can wash your own towels. Only, they give you laundry detergent, but it's that mediocre little mini laundry detergent pack, and For the dishwasher, they give you that little mini dishwasher detergent pack. So for that, I'm like, yeah, I am a BB boo 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 boo, you know. So when I come, I bring my own laundry, like a little mini thing of laundry detergent or stuff. They give you toilet paper and paper towel and stuff like that. So most of the stuff is included. Like the pool is included, the mini golf and the driving range and all of that. But you have extra stuff that you have to pay for here. And if you want maid service, the maid they charge you for maid service. So I'm like, yeah, a resort you have to pay for extra services. A hotel, the maid comes around and they clean your room free of charge. But here is a resort, and not only here, this resort, they charge you extra because another thing about resorts, some people actually own these resorts, own these rooms, and some people actually live here. Because you can literally actually live here because it's basically like an apartment. You have a kitchen, you have a room, you have dressers, you have everything you need, you know. So you can basically live here. And there are some people that live here, and then there are some people that actually don't live here, but they own a room here, and they can come whenever they want. It's like timeshare, you know. I come here, because it's a great place, even though it's on the outskirts of Orlando, and a lot of the stuff that I like to do is in Orlando. So the drive is a little bit more on the side. The only thing that this has to offer is the fun spot Kissimmee, which is like literally less than 5 minutes away. But a lot of the stuff that I like to do is in the outskirts, and then the bus service. I take Mega Bus or Greyhound, because of this trip I took Mega Bus, and but I have taken Greyhound to and from here before, and it's basically it's like I'm saying to everybody. So basically, it's like the bus stations are in Orlando, so you have to come out of Orlando to get to your room, and that's another, you know, hectic. And then a lot of people like, why are you so far? Why are you so far? And I say, you have to realize something. South Florida, like Miami, Broward, Fort Lauderdale, and Broward, Fort Lauderdale, and West Palm Beach, everything is within hand reach. Once you leave the South Florida area, which consists of Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, Broward, and Miami, once you leave the areas, you're basically everything's going to be scattered out. Like you would think this, they would call this Orlando, but it's actually Kissimmee. But a lot of people are going to say, "Oh, this is Fun Spot Orlando." Because when I was young, excuse me, when I was young, I used to thought everything was in Orlando. Disney World is in Orlando, Universal Studios in Orlando, all of the attractions in Orlando. But as you grow up and learn more about Orlando, you start learning about Lake Buena Vista, Kissimmee, St. Cloud, you know, the outskirts of Orlando. You start learning about different areas, and you start learning about Orange County, Old Scholar County, and all this stuff. So you like a lot of these places is not really in Orlando. It's just people prefer it as Orlando because it's all they consider it all together, but it's not. So I wanna know from y'all, what do you think is the best park to go to in Orlando? Me, I say I already told you it's Fun Spot, but I wanna know, what do you think about what's the best park in Orlando? Do you have a favorite park that you like to go to here that's not that I didn't mention? I mentioned Ripley's Believe It or Not, the Upside Down building, Icon Park, Fun Spot, Disney or Universal. Do you have a favorite park that you like to go to? Do you have a favorite place you like to go to? Comment. Email me roundtable00@yahoo.com. Also, you can comment at the bottom of this page. Don't forget to click and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to check out our other videos. Check out my video last year of 2021 when I came out here and I only did a video of Star Island. And so check out my video from yesterday when I did a video of Star Island and I showed you my room and everything. And don't forget, tomorrow I'll be doing a video at Fun Spot Kissimmee, Fun Spot Orlando, and also Old Town. I'll be doing videos from those three locations, so there'll probably be a 3 or 4 part episodes um, coming out. So yeah, that's basically what it is. I thank y'all for watching. I hope y'all enjoy yourselves. If you send out birthday wishes, I greatly appreciate it. I love the love. I am your host, C Money. This is the Roundtable Talk. I can't wait to get on some rides. This is because you know I'm a theme park, amusement park enthusiast. So I'm ready to get on some rides, and I can't wait. You know, but I'm also loving my resort. I'm also loving the amenities because I'll be jumping in my jacuzzi in a little bit. When I get situated, I'm going to jump in my jacuzzi. Not yet because I'm still eating breakfast. And I love it and I love everything. This is the Roundtable Talk. I'm your host, C Money. I will see you on the next episode, which will be tomorrow. Stay tuned. And don't forget to check out our previous episodes. Stay safe, stay blessed, and I will see you in the next episode. Have a good day.